This video was made possible by Skillshare, an online community with over 22,000 courses that can teach you a new skill. Use the link in the description to get 2 months for free. Emotions are responsible for our best moments and our worst moments. They're what makes love so good and heartbreak so bad. Have a few too many drinks and reason seems to take the back seat while emotion grabs the wheel. This often leads to some of our worst and most impulsive decisions. At times, we've all wished that we could be less emotional, or we've told someone else to keep their emotions under control. We admire people who are cool, calm, and rational. We look down on people who are too emotional. Do emotions hold us back? What if we could get rid of them? Would we be smarter and more calculated? It's time to go down the rabbit hole and answer the question, what if we had no emotions? In his book, Descartes' Error, Antonio Damasio tells us of a patient he had named Elliot who had a brain tumor removed. As is typical in this sort of case, the damaged part of Elliot's frontal lobe also had to be removed. After the surgery, Elliot's abilities to make decisions effectively and plan for the future were weakened. Lots of tests were performed, and Elliot was found to be mentally average or even superior in many ways. In Damasio's words, Elliot emerged as a man with a normal intellect who was unable to decide properly, especially when the decision involved personal or social matters. In terms of language, learning, memory, and attention, Elliot seemed fine. There was, however, one thing that struck Damasio as odd. In all his time with Elliot, he never noticed a single emotion arise out of the man. Could this play a role in his impaired decision-making? Elliot confirmed that things that had once made him emotional now ceased to do so. He could reason just fine, and in fact, he could reason for hours. Elliot's problem was that he could not and would not make a final decision. As Damasio put it, the cold-bloodedness of Elliot's reasoning prevented him from assigning different values to different options, and made his decision-making landscape hopelessly flat. The landscape was flat. I think that's a brilliant way to put it. Without emotion, it's hard to act. Emotions make some actions more salient or favorable than others. Without them, we would do nothing. They help prescribe the action that is the most meaningful or useful at the time. Without emotion, we can deliberate for hours, weighing the pros and the cons, but we'd be unable to come to a decision. Anger may be a prescription to act aggressively. Sadness may be a prescription to seek comfort or reassurance from others. You don't think randomly. We're always thinking towards some end. Thinking is goal-directed. Because of this, goals often need some value or weight attached to them so we know how to act. Some goals have to be more important than others. Otherwise, we do everything and nothing. Depending on the scientist, the value of a goal comes from affect or emotion, a distinction we'll touch upon in future videos. It's important to realize the false divide between thinking and emotion for several reasons. First, all of your actions are affected by emotion. Emotions need to be respected and understood. They often point towards what an individual values or needs. Second, if emotion prescribes action, we can change our actions by understanding and altering our emotions. And third, if we can change the emotions another individual feels, we can change their behavior, for better or worse. And lastly, if they're linked, we can probably change emotions through changed thinking, or we can change thinking through changed emotions. I've went over what most scientists agree upon. Emotion is important for action and can't be separated from thinking. What I didn't go over is how emotions are made and whether we can control them. This is because there are many competing theories of emotion. Some scientists believe that emotions are things that happen to us, while others believe we construct them ourselves. The theory you believe will decide how you understand and learn to manage your emotions. The different theories are something that we'll have to explore in a future video. One thing I still get asked often is how I make these animated videos. And as I said in the past, I use 2 different softwares, Adobe Illustrator to make the assets and After Effects to animate them. Thanks to our sponsor Skillshare, the first 350 subscribers who use the link in the description can get 2 months of learning for free. If you're into design, animation, and perhaps even making your own YouTube videos, I'd recommend 2 courses. The first one is Motion Graphics with Kurzgesagt, also known as In a Nutshell. They make beautifully animated educational videos here on YouTube and they have over 6 million subscribers. The second course is How to Make an Animated YouTube Video with Evan from the channel Polymatter. Like me, Evan has no formal training in design or animation, so he really understands what it's like to be a beginner. If that's something that you're interested in, you can use the link in the description to get 2 free months of learning, and after that it's just $10 a month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.